Okay, I'm just going to run through some decimal questions. First thing we're going to look at is changing decimals. Just going to look at changing decimals to fractions. Okay, so let's just say you've got 0.32 and you want to change that to a fraction. So because there are two decimal places, that will become 32 on 100. 2 places, 2 zeros. And then you can simplify it. And you can do that just by dividing by 2, or just putting in your calculator, and you will get 16 on 25. So we have 3.042. That would be 3 wholes and 42 over 1,000. And then if you just halve it, so divide by 2, that would be 21 over 500. Okay, so notice with that one also, there are 3 places, 3 zeros. If there's 1 place, there would be 1 zero. So 70.2, see that's 70 wholes and 2 over 10, because there's 1 place, 1 zero, so 70. Halve the 1, 2 you get 1, halve the 10 you get 5. Okay, so the next thing we're just going to look at, let's just look at changing fractions back to decimals, so fractions to decimals. So the first ones we're going to look at are the ones that are just out of 10. So say you got 52 on 10. Okay, notice how that is 1 0. Therefore, that will have 1 decimal place, so that'll be 5.2. If you have 7348 and you divide by 100, 2 zeros, therefore it will have 2 places. So it needs to be 73, and you have to have 2 places, so it'll be there, 0.48, 2 decimal places. 2 places, 2 zeros. 1 place, 1 zero. So it works the same thing, it just works backwards. So say you've got 92, 3, 4, and we're going to put that over. If I put that over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many decimal places there? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore when you do the top, you need to have 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to put in an extra point and a 0 there. So it's 0.0923, See how it's got 5 places, 5 zeros. Now, what would happen if the decimals weren't out of 10, 100, or 1,000? So we're going to change these to a decimal. So say we have 1/2. I just want you really to know the real basic ones. 3/4. Let's say 5 out of 20. Okay, and let's say 3 out of 5. Alright, so what you need to do is you need to make them out of 10, 100, or 1,000. So if you see the 2, you times it by 5. See the 1, times it by 5. So you end up with 5 on 10, which is 0.5. The next one, 4, it'll be 4 25s. 4 25s are 100, and 3 25s is 75. 3/4 is 75%, or 0.75. 20 is times 5, because if you times 5 you get 100. 5 5s are 25, so that'll be 0.25. See 2 zeros, 2 places. Times 2 for this one, because you get it out of 10. 5 2s are 10, 3 2s are 6, so that would be 0.6. Okay, so now if we're going to look at just adding, just need to go to add and subtract decimals. This will be quite important. This is important for adding up quick sums to do with, say, money, even with measurements. You had to add, like we're going to add these, so 73.92 plus 148.6. So when you need to add these up, the first thing you need to do is you need to put them all in order. And then you just fill in the blanks here and fill in the zeros, then you add them up. That'll be 2, 15, 20, the decimal point goes there, 10, 15, 9, 10, it will be 17. Okay, so lining them up, notice the decimal point is in line, and then just filling in the zeros. So here's another one, try this one. Just try it and pause the video. 7.8 plus 9.24 plus 6.985. Okay, so have a go at it. So you go 7.8, 9.24, 6.985. Okay, then we put in the zeros. So you get 5, 8 and 4 is 12, 10, 19, 20. The decimal point goes there. Carry the 2 because it's 20. 7, 8, 9, 9 and 9 is 18, 24. Okay, so you add up. If I was adding up 7 plus 9 plus 6, I'd probably go 9 plus 6 is 15. And then from the 7, I'd take a 5, which is 20, and there's still another 2. So that's how I get my 22. Okay, so just subtraction. So we're just going to look at subtracting decimals. So 32.489 minus 1.92. So just pause the video and have a go if you know what to do. First thing you need to do with this is same as addition. You need to actually line the decimal point up, and you need to put the zeros in. So this involves a bit of borrowing. So you go 9 minus 0 is 9, 8 minus 2 is 6. Borrow from the 2 and put a 1. 14 minus 9 is 5. Put the decimal point. 1 minus 1 is 0, and then you just get a 3. Okay, so let's look at another one, and I'll just get you to, so 79.4.2 minus 39.75. Okay, so have a think about that. So you line it up, minus, the points there, 3975. You put in a 0. Okay, so when you go to go 0 minus 5, you can't do. You have to borrow from the 2. So make the 2 a 1 and carry the 1 across. 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 7 you can't do. So put the decimal point there, borrow from the 4. So 4 would become 3, that would become 11. 11 minus 7 is 4. 9 minus 3 is 6. And then you end up with 7. Okay, and one of the most important skills is just rounding off, which I think you've kind of got now. So rounding off, so you want to round these off to 2 decimals places. 48.298, 72.3.573. And then we'll do ones just to round off to 1 decimal. And let's make that 92.392, 78.973. Okay, so when you're doing it to 2 decimal places, the cutoff is just here. Okay, so you've got to look at the 8. If the 8 is 5 or greater, you have to add 1. So it's 48 point, add 1 to 9, you get 10. So then that's going to have to carry to the next one. So it's like adding it to 29. You end up with 30. Okay, this one, 2 decimal cut off there, that's a 3. So that one will just stay the same. 1 decimal, there's the cutoff, it's a 9, so you've got to add 1, 92.3, or 92.4. The next one, 1 decimal's there, you've got to add 1, So when you add 1, you get 10. So it's going to have to carry over to the other one and make it 79. So it's 79.0.